Hi, this is part 2 of a series of videos on healing trauma, and there will be 4 altogether. The last video was just about what is trauma, what are triggers, how does the body respond to trauma, how does the mind respond to trauma, so you can go back and check that out if you want to. And these videos are based on a PowerPoint presentation that is available on my website, theordinarysacred.com, if you want to check that out. In these videos, I'm going to give more personal information, a little bit of expansion on those ideas. And today, I'm going to talk about how to heal trauma in the body, because trauma occurs in our bodies and it needs to be healed in our bodies. So this is why traditional talk therapy is not sufficient. And often when we talk about our trauma over and over again, we re-trigger our body's fight or flight response. We re-trigger our mind's paranoia and feeling of not being safe. So it can even cause more difficulty unless we are reframing the memory in some way, which I'll talk about in the 4th video, a really helpful visualization technique. But today, first I want to give a shout out to someone who's done really excellent work in this area, and that is Bessel van der Kolk, who wrote the book, The Body Keeps the Score. I would highly recommend this book. One of his most famous quotes is that the single most important issue for traumatized people is to find a sense of safety in their own bodies. So what happens when we are traumatized is that our body doesn't feel safe. So this idea of safety is going to be key in healing the trauma. Like we talked about in the last video, what happens when we go into this fight or flight response, because it's an automatic response and our body is trying to protect itself and to go into survival mode. When that happens, if we're not able to fight or to flee, then we kind of stay in an on fight or flight response, which takes energy from our rest and digest abilities. It makes us unable to sleep. It makes us on edge and alert all the time with a lot of adrenaline, and it causes us to have some bodily, physical issues, because the energy that normally goes to the systems that run our body is now going to try to get us to fight or flee. So when that's turned on, so just as that response causes the blood to rush through our veins and causes our breathing to get really shallow, we can also use our breathing to tell the fight or flight response to turn off, to tell the rest and digest to turn on, to tell our bodies that we are safe. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is some breathwork techniques. And you don't have to do every single one of these. I'm going to give you several ideas. Some people just seem to respond better to different ones. So figure out which one really helps you, and you can use that. The first one I'm going to introduce to you is my favorite, and it is called 4-7-8 breathing. You can see here the 3, there's a lot actually, but the 3 I'm going to show you today are 4-7-8 breathing, alternate nostril breathing, which is a yoga type of breath, and square breathing. So 4-7-8 is pretty explanatory, self-explanatory. So you're going to breathe in your nose for a count of 4, and then you're going to hold your breath for a count of 7. And then you're going to blow out your mouth with pursed lips for a count of 8. And basically you're trying to get all the air out of your lungs, because it's actually the exhale that tells your body to go into rest and digest. So whenever you extend your exhale, you can even just think of that. I'm just going to extend my exhale. Don't even think of numbers or anything. Just I'm going to get all the air out of my lungs so that the next breath is a deep belly breath that tells my body to go into rest mode. So you can do the 4-7-8 breathing 3 or 4 times. A lot of people do this before they go to sleep to help them relax. But you can do it anytime you feel stressed or triggered. Now, I suggest that you practice it every day. It takes, less than 30 seconds to do it 3 or 4 times, just to practice it so you get used to the tool. Then you can have that tool in your tool belt, and when you feel stressed or overwhelmed or triggered, you can use this. And right after a trauma, I've had to use it over and over and over to keep telling my body, it's okay, you can breathe. Okay, and I use this actually every day, numerous times a day, whenever I notice my body feeling any kind of stress. So the second one you can see is the alternate nostril breathing, my nice nose here. And the easiest way that I've known to do this is to make a phone with my hand, and I plug one nostril. Now you're going to breathe out first. That's just the key. You're going to breathe out and in. Out and in. Out and in. So when you're doing this, you're connecting the two sides of your brain, and you're also telling your body to relax. So that's one that you can do. In the PowerPoint, I have something that I have links so you can see others showing you how to do it. The square breathing, you can see here, it's just, I'm not going to do it for you. I'm just going to tell you it's 4 in, hold 4, 4 out, hold 4, 4 times. That's another one that you can do. And again, there's links to people showing you directly how to do that. You can research those, practice them, see what works best for you. And then Bodywork. Bodywork is huge because, again, it's telling your body that it's safe. And for me, after my illness where I almost died, I was on alert. I couldn't sleep for 3 months. It was really torturous. The only thing that helped me sleep was my husband giving me back rubs, often 3, 4, 5 times in the middle of the night, because I'd wake up and my body would go into alert and I could not go back to sleep. And I was delirious. It was awful. So I needed a reminder continuously that I was safe. You're safe. You're safe. And so massage will do that. And you can do self-massage also. There are wonderful videos. I have a link on the PDF of how to do self-massage. Try that whenever you cannot sleep, whenever you're on high alert or really stressed. TRE, if you haven't heard of this is excellent. It's called Trauma Releasing Exercise. And it's really based on the idea, if you've seen animals who get really upset or have a life or death situation, and then if you've seen even like your dog shake, they kind of shake it off, right? And so shaking actually releases the trauma from our bodies. It's really amazing. And so this technique is based on contracting the muscles and shaking, and you can research that, look it up online, find out techniques. Qigong, I credit Qigong for really healing me from my illness. It helps you if you have too high energy to bring it down, if you have too low energy like I did to bring it up. It helps you when you're stressed to release energy. There's some shaking in it, and it connects breath and body and spirit. It's an incredibly gentle exercise that anyone of any age can do. I highly, highly recommend Qigong. Again, look up videos on YouTube. And finally, yoga is similar, connects breath and body. Look up specific exercises for pain that you have in your body. Connect your breath and your body. Incredibly, incredibly helpful. The next video, I'm going to talk about grounding techniques, what to do when you're triggered, and I look forward to seeing you there.